Welcome back to the water. This is Big Fish, Small Pond. I'm Ryan Dake.
I'm Steve Grimes.
And I'm smooth with it.
Trent Taylor not here today. Coronavirus hit him. Took him out.
Just to let you guys know, we are recording from a socially respectable distance. We're actually in 3 different countries right now while we're recording this. Dake is up in Canada, I'm in the U.S., and Sam is in Mexico.
See,
Okay, so hey,
that is correctamundo. Is that Spanish?
Your Spanish is fantastic.
That's about as much Spanish as my dad knows.
Correctamundo.
Oh shoot! If you knew my dad, man.
pass me the paper towel. Turns out jaqueto
You know,
not only means jacket, but it means jacket.
Okay, well.
it's jaqueta, man. It's
Yeah.
very close, but
That just fucked me up.
yeah, you know.
Okay, so shout out Cherry Grove for the beats. You got to check him out on Spotify, Apple Music, and anywhere else you can get your music. Big ups to the homie Cherry Grove.
That was the song Guava on the intro.
Fire beats. Fire beats.
Fire, homie. Fire away. So, we're currently, I don't even know. I've lost track of how many weeks we've been under quarantine. I know. I think it's been a month.
Yeah.
Month now. We've been jobless. Last time.
16th was our last day.
Yeah, we talked
so
about.
3 days from now.
Yeah, we talked about being jobless and finding out we didn't have jobs last time, and
Yeah, it's been a minute since we recorded.
hadn't really changed though. You
Yeah.
know, we're jobless, and
I haven't shaved in a while.
we're right here in that pool, that big pool of people looking for unemployment. You know,
Bro.
that kind of feels weird.
Have you been out and seen people wearing the weirdest shit?
Oh,
just
yeah.
to cover up.
I saw some guy the other day wearing a hazmat, full-on hazmat suit with ski goggles, bro. Ski goggles. This man was about to hit the slopes, I swear. In the middle
That's
of
one way
Kroger.
to be corona proof.
What I
Yeah.
don't understand, the people, those are dust masks. A lot of those masks are dust masks. That's
Yeah,
to
right.
not get drywall in
Those are
your
big
nose.
particles.
That's not gonna filter out all the air around you.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes no sense. I mean, you would nearly have to wear a gas mask at that point.
I legit did see a kid before school got let out and everything like that at IUPUI. He was wearing a gas mask and some huge chemistry goggles. He was in the middle of campus center wearing a gas mask and chemistry goggles like he was Walter fucking White.
Can
Yeah.
it escape through
Walter
your eye?
White,
Can
man.
it enter through your eyeballs like some laser beams?
I don't know, man. Nobody knows anything.
Laser beams.
What? Would it be nuts if I switched to an all peanut diet? Yeah, it would be nuts.
That was not the Dake joke, was it?
No.
Let's segment. Let's
You
let's
wanna do it
transition
early?
into
You
the
wanna do
Dake
it
joke
early?
segment. Yeah, we need to
Right
get.
now.
Yeah, you were bragging about this Dake joke and how it was
I
going to
know,
be
I'm just
fire.
trying to hype it up.
Yeah. Okay.
You
let's,
ready
let's,
for
Was
it?
that
Yeah.
it? Was that it?
No,
That was not it.
That was not it.
That was just a normal quick
I have to do your
witted.
intro though. You know,
Okay.
I'm chewing on something.
What are you chewing on?
Sour Punch Bites.
Shout out Sour Punch.
Plug in Speedway.
Product
Again.
review.
Again.
How many Speedway points did you get for that?
Didn't fuck with the Speedway card. That thing fell off my keys a long time ago.
You know what? True story, man. I've been avoiding Speedway card for probably 5-6 years, and all I do is shop at Speedway. But I feel like that's the way that the government tracks you, right? Why do they need to know my
They
info?
track you by your ID when you scan it buying cigarettes.
That too.
They don't have to scan your ID, and you can ask them not to. They'll get real weirded out, but you can literally be like, "Don't scan my ID."
Dake's looking
For
all
real?
shifty-eyed. He's terrified right now.
So they fucking track you, bro.
You can be like, "I don't want my shit," because they don't have to scan it. That's low key, just because they're lazy. They don't want to just punch the data in.
Damn.
And you can-
Because I purposely,
You can
because
ask them not
you
to
can't
scan
go.
it. You could put a piece of
It's
tape
very
over the
rare that you
back
go
that literally
anywhere.
says, "Don't scan."
That there's not the gun glass anymore, right? There's gun glass everywhere, man. So you almost become like the store clerk yourself. I know where the product codes are, so I can turn them and
I put
scan
it
them.
on the window
So
with my
they
finger.
ask for the ID. I just hit the ID backwards, man, because I know they're just gonna scan it in. But that's me.
I hit it
Tracking
with
myself.
The front. Yeah, I hit it on the front and just poke it. And I'm like, there it is. And they see it. They can look at me and look at the date. And there it is.
Okay. All right. Appreciate for the heads up on the tip out.
So product review, Sour Punch Bites. Shout out Speedway. Got them. I got the big pack, assorted flavors, strawberry, green apple, and blue raspberry.
Bro.
Looks like they have.
I love Sour Punch Bites.
You
For
know,
one, better than Sour Punch Straws, which I think are
debatable.
just called Sour Punch.
We're having this debate right now because
We are having this.
the straws, you can actually use them as straws
You can use Twizzlers as straws. Have you ever used a Twizzler as a straw?
or a red vine. Yes, but
A what?
a red vine. Come on, you gotta
Yeah,
fuck with the
red
red
vine.
vines. LeBron's on the red vines.
What's the
Dude,
red
you're
vines,
ancient. You don't
bro?
know what red vine is?
You don't know what
You
red
know what a
vines?
fucking cowtail is?
Ooh, cowtails. though.
That's
That's
all that
disgusting, bro.
Julie at work eats, bro.
Oh man.
I like the first day. I was like, "What the fuck
Julie
are you
eats
eating?"
cowtails.
That's all she eats. Snacking on cowtails.
Well. See, this would be a good time to do your intro right now, and I'm chewing on something again.
All right, let's hit him with a deck joke.
Hold on, I gotta do that intro.
Yeah.
Why? I'm just gonna hit you with a freebie dig joke in the meantime.
We don't want that.
Why do cows have hooves?
Who?
Why do cows have hooves?
I have no idea. You should
Because
tell
they
us.
lactose.
Lactose.
Because they lactose.
I don't know if you can go negative in the date joke.
That was
You
really
should,
bad.
you should do better on this one coming up.
That was just an interim.
All right, so that was the throwaway, and now we have Dig joke.
Dig joke.
Dig joke. Come and may wanna go home.
That gets better every time, doesn't it?
It's so good.
That is crisp.
That is the best opening for anybody ever. All right. What does the janitor say when he jumps out of the closet?
Boo.
Surprise!
I just spit on my microphone.
Surprise!
Supplies, motherfucker.
Oh shit! I probably screamed that in the mic.
Oh, man.
And you're welcome.
Surprise.
That's how excited I was.
That was
man.
good. Okay,
That's it,
Sam,
that's it.
hit him with a score.
That's good.
That's a 7. That's a 8.1
Appreciate you,
magnitude.
bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I gotta agree with that. I think I might go like 8.0. Solid 8.0.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just the two of that. That's
Yeah,
your
that's-
best
that
one
is your
yet.
best
Plus,
Just
we
the
have
two
to
of us.
average in Trent. Would have scored another 8.
Trent would.
Yeah, you don't know that, though.
Trent
You
would
can't
have
just
said
say
something
that.
like
It's
a
a
4
curve.
or a 5. Nah, Trent would have liked
You
that.
would hit him with like
He
a
would've liked that one. Yeah.
6 tree.
That sounds about right.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah,
really.
yeah.
That's pretty high.
I told you it was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. You were really hyping that up before we started recording. You were like,
Now,
That's it.
did that help? Did that influence your
That's
brain?
why you wanted to record. Isn't
I
it?
just didn't expect that at all.
That's why we're here.
Surprise! Stupid, bro.
That's why we're here.
Oh,
All
that was
right.
good. That was good.
A new record. What total that up?
So that was 16. You said
Give Trent a
6.3 for
6.3.
Yeah, 6.3. I had an 8.1. You had a what?
8.0.
All right, now fuck up the math.
16.1, 4, 3. I don't know. 16.1.
Wait.
And then 22.4.
22.4. Wow, banger. Trent would like that one.
And we might as well just be done with the Dake joke segment because it's not going to get better than that
Oh, I got good ones,
I
bro.
gotta clean the spit off my pop filter here.
one. When
Why are
say
you
spit,
licking
you
it
mean
right now?
Corona?
Oh God.
Oh, I'm so sick of all those jokes, bro.
My bad.
No, I'm talking about my jokes. Just kidding. No, I like Corona. They're like, I'll have a Corona with Lyme disease on the side.
Oh yeah, we had
Yeah, bro,
people
that was
people
bad.
asking
Oh,
about Corona teenies. Come on, get real.
Man, the people in the restaurant, man.
That's terrible.
You know what? Turns out, man, like, I go into Trent. I went to Trent for his birthday the other night. Got sprayed down with Lysol, straight up, head to toe. It's whatever. And then it was cool. We were all like shaking hands and stuff. It was like the old days, man. We were like, hey, let's touch palms and stuff like that.
Let me
Anyway,
grab
bro.
your face.
So I look at the Lysol can.
Go ahead, touch your face.
Cause I was like, cause I asked Trent, I was like, bro, do you even know if this shit works, man? It says it kills 99.9%, man. What's that 0.1%? right? And he turns around the back of the can. No shit, said coronavirus on it.
No
And
way.
I was like, they must have reprinted this label. He's like, no, dude, coronavirus been around for a long ass time, man. Like legit. That's why this is number 19, because 2019. I forget. It's been like since the. This is gonna be a wrong answer, man. So quote me on it. It like started back in like 2024, man.
2024. That's in the future, bud.
No, like the 50s and shit, I think. Anyway, it was pretty trippy, bro.
Wow.
Like,
So it said that coronavirus is not protected by the can of Lysol.
no, it is.
Oh, it is?
That's how badass Lysol is. Lysol's everything.
Mm.
Do you see what I did there? Lysol's everything.
Yeah, shout out Lysol.
Lysol.
Let's get back to us on this merch deal.
Is that even how you pronunciate Lysol?
I'm
You know what's funny?
It's Lysol.
You know, a lot of people don't know how to pronunciate
Lysol Goodwin.
Hyundai.
Do you know how to
Yeah, I was about to
pronounce
say,
it?
you're
Why are we
probably
listening
one of
to
them.
you about
This is the one
pronunciation?
thing I do know how to pronunciate. I had a friend one time who told me this, that Hyundai actually had an ad campaign to get Americans to learn how to pronounce their name.
Nice.
Damn. It took me a second, bro. The brain is super trained. And it was, they're like, it's Hyundai like Sunday.
So I just wanted to shout out our job, which shall remain nameless.
I was
For
going
the
to say
past
to pee.
for the past month, they've been supplying friends and family with meals, and that's been actually really, really cool of them to do. Management and the chefs have been kind of in there cooking up, I mean, some really, really nice meals. I mean, salmon, pasta,
Really nice.
short ribs. Man, I mean, they've been hooking us up.
To be honest, man, I'm about to be 39 years old.
Yeah.
And this is one of the best companies I've ever worked for.
Oh,
I've had
absolutely.
a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Right. I've traveled the country. I've met with Samsung high officials. Right. I ate pork brisket with the mayor.
This sounds made up.
that part was I blew up helium balloons with
For
the
Party
Secretary
City.
of State's cousin. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's actually more believable than eating pork brisket with the mayor. But they've been providing us with meals for our friends and family for the past like month while this Corona thing's been going on. That's been really cool. I mean, they've been cooking up some really good meals. So shout out
Tasty.
to our job.
What kind of meals you been eating?
Man,
what
I
kind
had
of meals?
like
Prime
like
rib sandwiches,
prime rib
bro.
sandwich. I mean, like today we had like some salmon with some like fettuccine alfredo, and it was just like,
Bro.
man.
Easter dinner. They
Yeah,
gave
man.
us a whole Easter
yeah,
dinner, man.
so we've had some really good food. So definite shout out to our job. Wish we could
Yeah.
name you guys, but
So coincidentally, we all work for the same exact restaurant, who is an amazing restaurant. They have great food, and just to double back on that, man, did you get that French toast they did?
no,
Dude, they did French toast.
we didn't even sell
Man, I
French
missed the
toast.
French toast.
Yeah.
They've been cooking.
Oh,
Well, our chef,
Head
our
chef,
main,
dude,
our head
he's the
chef,
dude.
he's been asking people. I don't know if you saw that on
Yes,
the app. He's been asking people for a suggestion. I almost wanted to hit him with that chicken and dumplings, bro.
Ooh,
I fucking love chicken and dumplings.
Well, shoot, send it, fire it up. Why not? You know?
Shoot.
Shoot, not shoot.
Shoot. Shoot.
Shout out Shoop, I guess. You know?
yeah,
Shoot.
you're on the
Shoot.
show now,
Shoot.
shoot.
Shoot could probably.
So
make some-
actually, so the other day I had the opportunity to talk about our company and how they've been helping us out and everything. And my manager,
On the news.
yeah, on the news, Fox 59. So I got there, got all ready, and we've been talking about what we're gonna say and everything for about, I don't know, an hour. And they want me to start talking about how I've been kind of running food to people who can't get it. You know,
Who said that? The cameraman approached you
yes,
with that
yeah.
concept.
So the cameraman and
cameraman.
I got a call.
Yeah, apparently
from,
there's no news. There was no news anchor.
no. So I got a call from the
That's how
news
you know.
anchor earlier that
That's
day.
how you know.
I got a call from the news anchor earlier that day, and she had mentioned to me that she wanted me to talk about that. And I said, you know, I'm not really trying to pat myself on the back. That's you know, I mean, it's kind of a dick move to be being like, oh man, I'm special, I'm doing all this and that. But they really wanted me to say that.
They want you to talk about how you've been running food to other employees.
Exactly, and I didn't want to do that. So what I said was, you know, the company's been helping us out, and I kind of focused mainly on how the company's been helping us and all this and that. And then I said, you know, at the very end, I was like, you know, myself and a lot of other employees have been kind of running food to people who can't get to it, who are stuck in their homes at the moment. And apparently they didn't like that very much because they took all of my recordings, that was probably about 30 minutes of recording, and just cut it out. I mean, there was no recording of me. So they took all of the edits from, you know, probably about an hour's worth of interview from my manager and myself, and turned it into about a 15-second story.
You know,
dude, those things are savage, bro. They
Such a savage
probably
move.
because they only get allotted so much time,
Bro,
and you're already boring in the first place.
I hate to say it. I really hate to say it, but you know, I do the same thing on the podcast. I cut out like 2.5 hours of you talking.
Well, here's what was funny though, bro.
episode.
Damn.
Bro. So the manager sent me that video before I had a chance to talk to you. And I didn't even know. I was like, all right, I should watch this for Grimes, man. Support, you know, that's pretty cool. You got a spot. And they legit just had your fucking car on there. And someone handed you a bag. And that was it.
And I took off.
And you took off. Like, they didn't even there was...
No, man. See, they wanted me to talk about, you know, how I've been helping and how it's been affecting...
Me to do weird things.
Yeah, how it's been affecting the staff and everything like that. And apparently I wasn't sappy enough and didn't give them the information they wanted, so they just cut me out.
Have you ever been on the news?
I was actually Mr. Greenwood Mall runner-up in 1993. 1993 Mr. Greenwood Mall runner-up. Swear.
Yeah, you were fresh into the world, man.
Yeah, dude,
You were
I was 1 year old.
born to be a runner-up.
Yeah, exactly.
You were
born to
born
be runner-up.
What was the competition? That's all I want to know.
Best looking baby.
Ooh, yeah.
I was the second best looking baby in Greenwood.
Dude, that's got to be...
Well,
Okay,
see, here's the
so
thing,
You
though.
were born in Greenwood?
I lost to who would be.
I lost to Carl,
No, I lost-
who was a shit-ass baby.
No, this is a real story. So I lost to who would then later become the Gerber baby.
No.
Oh my
I knew
God.
it was going to be some shit
Dude,
like
yeah.
that. Are you serious?
Yeah, Gerber baby.
I've got to plug Netflix again because Boss Baby, there's a show on there called Boss
The
Baby.
movie.
There's a lot of people that listen to our podcast that have kids, and if you haven't seen Boss Baby, it's fucking hilarious. But there is an episode that is describing exactly what Steven just
Dude.
described, where the kid is like, I swear I was the runner-up, or I won this fucking contest.
Bro.
It wasn't true. It wasn't true then either. Gerber Baby.
This is no shit. My
Carl.
parents...
Ain't no Gerber Baby named Carl.
Right.
So
I lost
a
to-
Gerber Baby name.
I lost to Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah,
is his
Carl's
name.
Jr. I bet he was chunky and cute, you know?
My parents actually dressed me up in a railroad outfit
believe it.
in an attempt to get on a Cheerios box because there was a competition to get on the Cheerios box.
You told us
And
last
no
time that
shit.
you've never won any competition, but that
I
title though.
lost.
So I know that you
I
lost.
was runner-up to Mike Tyson,
Runner up to Mike Tyson.
who later became Mike Tyson.
Oh, later.
What?
Later.
No, but the first part was true.
So you sent in something
What was
that
the
just never
first
got
part? Your parents dress you up. So
Yeah,
that was
railroad?
the first. I knew that was
No, there
true.
was a legit competition to get on a Cheerios box.
And
And
you got knocked
they
out by
dressed
Mike
you up as a
Tyson.
railroad. That's
Yes.
what they thought.
Yeah.
The Cheerios box needed was a little
They
Ryan
painted
cake.
2 black lines all down my face and my body, and I was the railroad, and I just got trampled on.
This made me think of a story from elementary school. Last time I told one of these, it went pretty well. So we had
who?
You guys. Oh shit. So student teacher, right? Student teacher from Taylor University, some big, goofball dude. He was like he played basketball at Taylor University, or in high school. Who knows? Whatever, man. I'm like, this is elementary school story. And he on show and tell day, this dude brought in a Wheaties box. He was on a fucking Wheaties box,
Bro,
dude.
you could buy those, or like it was legit, like mass produced.
He was on the
It's not like one of
his
those
team-
magazines
his
that you could
team
like
was
buy or
on
they
it.
put your photo on.
Well, this was in the 90s, so I don't think you could do it easy then. Either way,
Who did he later become?
he later became a teacher.
Steve Jobs.
Steve fucking Jobs.
He later also became Mike Tyson. We could spitball him.
Yeah, let's get into a spitball.
Oh
That's
shit!
a
Do
good-
we even have the utensils, bro? Okay, how about the section that lands to the dial?
Yeah,
See what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, okay.
All right.
So, okay, go ahead and hit us with it, and we're back.
Oh, you
And but they didn't know we left.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
And
All
we're
right,
back.
so let's hit him with a spitball.
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna do that again.
Let's hit him with a spitball.
No, hey, come on, like
What do you want me to say?
spitball.
I'm not
All
doing
right.
the.
Yeah, no, we should do the spitball. We should do the spitball.
Spitball's already.
Let's hit him with a spitball.
All right, bet.
So, no Trent today means that no spitballing will actually take place because he's the only one who actually knows how to do it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to spin this wheel here, and whatever
I was just gonna make a sound.
whatever lands closest to the dial, we're going to go with. So, we gotta go. We gotta go for it.
Spitballing, yeah.
Spitball.
Spitball. What?
You're so frozen up.
Here we go.
Just fucking hit it.
It's going fast.
All right, turn it off.
It's on oscillating. Why is it on oscillating?
All right. See, you guys don't even know what it is. I could make up anything. Can't see. We got car stories.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay,
stories.
I'll go first.
All
I'll go
right, all
first.
right.
I've got so many car stories, bro. I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of cars in my life, man. I've got a lot of cool cars, but
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you about my first car.
The 1924 Chevrolet.
Yes. No, it was even better than that. It was a 1982 Pontiac Fiero GT.
Dang.
Two-seater. This
Dang.
thing, it was a gray interior. It had no power steering because it was a small-ass car, man. The thing looked like a race car. It was actually pretty dope at the time. It was black with the silver trim down at the bottom with the silver rims. And I was fucking 16 at the time, man. Had my dad bought me some rims for it. Had some TriStars, bro. TriStars were super huge at the time. And fitted the vehicle up real nice. Nice little stereo system in it, which couldn't be much. Anyway, I banged this car out. And it got stolen. Actually, the same night they stole. So there's this gang of people. Like I was living with my dad at an apartment complex at the time. I was going to high school, and I had a Honda moped, which is what I owned before I was able to drive. It was 150cc. The thing was, you had to have a
Faster
license.
than your 1982,
Yeah.
whatever that was.
Faster than the Fiero. I actually had that moped up to like 75, 80 miles an hour on 37, bro. It was a two-seater. Thing was dope as hell. Anyway, it got stolen that
moped
night. The moped and the car.
Damn.
Dang. What was there? Was there something?
It was like
against
I
you? What did
remember
you
looking
do?
out the window that night. No, it was a gang of people that hit this apartment complex hard, man. And I remember looking out that window, and I remember seeing like 4 or 5 people in this parking lot. But it was like a massive parking lot because it was an apartment complex. And I was like, it's a little weird, but whatever, man. I'm 16. And I woke up the next morning, man, so hurt. And they ended up actually found everything. They found the moped. Which was pretty much destroyed. It needed some repair, but I ended up getting it fixed. But they found the car, and the car was on cinder blocks, dude. Stole those TriStar rims.
Oh dang.
Set it on cinder blocks. Threw a cinder block through the back window
Oh my
to get into the car in the first place.
Oh, shoot.
Stole everything, even the climate control, bro. That's how serious these people were. They stripped the car down to nothing, man. And man.
That sucks.
At that moment, I realized how professional people really are with
Why,
like
why did they
Yeah.
throw a cinder block through the back window
to get into the car.
To get into the car.
They said, "Fuck it."
Did they take the fuzzy dice from your mirror
No,
too?
no, fuzzy dice were left along with
Didn't
12,
need those.
12
Didn't
air
need
fresheners
Man,
and the
that's rough.
pack of rolling papers.
They
Yeah,
took
that's
the
rough.
Lysol.
They took the Lysol.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
That's rough.
shoot, that's a good one. It's a tough one to follow, but I have
Dude, that
some
Fiero
good.
was
I have some
badass.
good car stories. So I'll do one real quick. Is I had my first car was a truck. It was a work truck from my pops. My pops owns a tree, owned a tree business, and I was
Okay.
lucky enough to be able to buy a car for $1. So I
An
bought an
F-150?
old F-150 work truck extended bed. It was light powder
Classic.
blue.
Ooh.
Yeah,
For $1.
Had for $1.
Wow.
Yeah.
From your dad.
From my
to make it
pops.
legal.
Yeah, make it legal.
Taxes
Bought
low.
It, had to save up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had to save up.
Yep.
Bought it. Saved up for a couple hours.
Had to sling some
Uh,
beats.
Either way, so it had like 192,000 miles when I got it. Worked just fine. Drove it till I had 220,000 miles. Sold it to some kid in the neighborhood. The kid's dad came out to look at it. He called his mechanic out. I was selling it in the parking lot at the workplace. Then the mechanic came out, and I was asking for $1,300 for the truck. And the mechanic said, yeah, he came out, looked it over, looked at the guy, and said, "Yep, I wouldn't pay any more than $850 or $700 for that truck." And the guy looked at him. He's like, "Okay," and then he looked straight at me and said, "We'll take it for $1,300."
Wow.
Yeah, so that was cool. Sold it.
I
when
wouldn't
was-
have paid you 13 for that, bro. That's
Nah.
high mileage,
But-
man.
but I
it's
s-
a working truck.
I ended up working with that kid at a grocery store later on, like 4 or 5 years later, and the
The
truck was
Gerber,
still
baby.
going. And he had like 275,000 miles on the truck, and it still
Truck was
went.
still going.
But
I mean, if it's taken care of, I've heard
Exactly.
stories of 400,000.
exactly,
Yeah.
But my favorite car story is
You
I
got
had
2 of them. Okay.
My second
Okay.
one. This is the one I really wanted to
Oh,
tell.
we could go car stories all
Oh,
episode, bro.
this one is also quick. I'll just get through both of them. But my second car was a '95 Camaro.
Ooh.
Yeah, upgraded, right? Had a V6 though.
What color?
It was silver.
Why?
I got a deal
I'm
on it.
I'm just playing
You know,
with
So
you.
you
Either
also
way.
liked rock music.
No. It had a Bose sound. I put a Kenwood interface in it, and had my iPhone or my iPod plugged in, kept under the seat, hands free, all that stuff. It was cool, new back then, all of that.
Yeah.
It had a Bose sound system.
Only
First
for
song I
Beastie
listened
Boys.
to, and it was a Kid Cudi song.
Intergalactic planetary.
But at the same time, it's funny because it was the intergalactic, Kid Cudi song.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Dude, Camaros are fire.
So
They
it
have
was a
the-
cool
They
car.
have the T-tops?
I didn't have the T-top in this one.
It was a 90 what?
95. It had the box headlights though, right? So the sealed beams. They're weird. When you go to buy a headlight for that, you have to get it like special ordered usually because it's a box, right? Has the headlights. It's not quite the ones that pop up yet, or I guess it's just past the ones that like pop up because those always have problems. So I had a problem with one of these headlights in this Camaro. A problem? You talking about a problem?
A problem?
I had
You're
a
looking at my
problem in
man
my
all wrong.
Camaro. You looking at my problem? You looking at my Camaro all wrong?
You had a problem with the Camaro?
I had a problem with the electrical
Yeah.
for the headlights, right? So one of the headlights wouldn't turn on for a while unless I honked the horn.
Wow. It was
So-
shorted
So
out
you were
with the
just
horn.
driving down the street, laying on your horn.
No.
Every time he wanted to turn, he was just beep, 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 beep.
I didn't have to hold the horn down for the light to work. I just had to honk it once.
To activate.
And then the light would turn on. I swear that's how it was. I've got witnesses.
Bro.
So I got pulled over a lot while I
You
had
didn't
this
hit the high
problem.
beams? Did the high beams
I
not work?
couldn't do that either because they were bright brights. You know, you can get
They're
pulled
always
over for
bright
that.
brights, bro.
No, because
They're
if you wanted the high
beams.
beams on, he had to turn on his windshield wipers on high.
He had to turn climate control to 77 degrees with a fan speed of 3.
No, they stole
It's
my
like a
climate
fucking-
control.
It's like a Nintendo code.
But a lot of times I would forget to turn the headlight on, and before I figured out that you could honk the horn, I would get pulled over because I was a young dude with long hair driving a cool car,
Listen to rock music.
listening to Kid Cudi or whatever, and so I I really did get pulled over like 11 times in 3 months, and I didn't have the money to pay for the electrical problem because there's no quote you can get. Who knows how long it's going to take. Electrical issues are that way.
How much was the car?
Might not have been, you know what I mean? It was like, is
How
this
much
even
did you
worth it?
purchase it for?
But, I got it for like 2,500 in that range.
Did you end up selling it? What was the death of the car? That's what I
I
want to know.
ended up selling it for $800 or $750. Spray painted black.
It had a rough ride.
Had a rough ride.
It was on the out.
Yeah.
It was that headlight took it out.
Headlight, I got pulled over in the KFC parking lot for that headlight
Bro.
one time.
You want to hear the fucked up ending? Actually, I just remembered to the moped story.
Uh-oh.
Got it back, fixed it up, kept it in the storage for like another 4 or 5 years, man, and then ended up selling it for the same price I purchased it for
That's how you do it?
7 years earlier.
There it is.
Are you gonna hit us with a car story, Grimes?
Yeah, so mine's not like a personal car.
What is it? A borrowed watercraft?
So listen. So
A car?
There was one year where
It
my
was a
roommate
pedal
and I.
bike.
It was actually a Flintstone mobile. My roommate and I were driving on this winding road back to our place in Noblesville, right? And it was like really snowy out. It was like a blizzard. And this Jeep comes flying through this like S-turn, and he's probably doing 40, 50 miles an hour. And we're like, oh my God, these guys are going nuts. And before you know it, this thing completely flips on its side, and like sparks going everywhere, glass going everywhere, and we're like, oh my God, like they're coming towards us. And so we hop out of our car and we climb on like the bottom of the Jeep, because we have to get up to the top of where they're at. They're on their side, right? So we climb like through like on the bottom of the car,
Like the pipes and shit?
Yeah, the pipes and everything like
some
that.
Jurassic Park?
Yeah, exactly, like some Jurassic
Dang.
Park, right? So we climb up there and we open the door and we start saying, "Get out! Like, come on, get out!" And we were helping. There was like 5 people in this Jeep, and there's, I mean, blood and like glass everywhere, like glass sticking out of people and stuff like that. It was nuts. But then we help this one dude out, and he just starts sprinting towards the nearest field, and just takes 2 bags out of his pockets and just chucks them as far as he can.
Shit.
Yeah, so they were clearly carrying some kind of drugs and stuff like that.
Cocaine?
But yeah, so whatever it was, they wanted to get rid of it, and we're like, man, I mean, we're not the police. Like, we're gonna help you.
How'd they
we're gonna
flip
help you
the
out here.
Jeep in the first place?
Because it was so snowy, and they were going around this S-turn like 50 miles an hour. Where were you? Were you not listening there?
No, I tuned you out so
Okay,
much.
so-
You gave that much detail before?
Yeah. So they did that. Welcome back, Ryan.
I was still thinking it was a watercraft.
No. So then we helped them get out and stuff
Spacecraft.
like that. And, moral of the story is I was the hero there. And also we helped push their Jeep. We had, I don't know, some
Back
old
over.
man strength, bro. We pushed this Jeep back onto its tires, and they ended up
Oh
skirting
my
away.
God,
Yeah,
no way.
Yeah, I swear. It was me and my roommate.
Hey, don't get it fucking twisted, man. Stephen fucking Grimes is a fucking hero. A fucking
Yeah,
hero.
so we pushed this Jeep back onto his
Turbo
wheels, and
truck.
they
Problem. You got a problem?
got a problem.
I'm Steve fucking Grimes.
Just looking at my middle, bro.
yeah. So we pushed it off, and then we never heard from them
That's a
again.
great story.
But they had
How old were you?
this was
7?
probably yeah, I was 7 years old. No, I was I don't know, it was probably like I was probably like 19. But yeah, man,
Damn.
it was nuts.
You know, they say that actually adrenaline strength mixed with like fucking just sheer ass. Just
Oh, absolutely, because
like,
we didn't even realize what
trauma
had happened
and all that
until
stuff, man.
after we got back, and we were like,
You
oh
said
my
2
God.
people turned that Jeep over
Yeah, it was me and my roommate
with the
and,
4 people,
and it was
with
a
the 5 people in
it was a
it.
1996
Ooh,
Jeep,
those are heavy.
Jeep
yeah,
Wrangler.
yeah.
It was very heavy.
Those
but-
are an extra 700 pounds more than the traditional previous
Yeah,
year.
you don't
Wrangler.
know that for a fact, but like, it sounded good.
Was
There's
close.
that big body, steel
Yeah.
body, wide body, big
so
body.
yeah.
Have you ever had a Jeep? I had
No,
a Jeep once.
no.
I had a Jeep for a very short period of time. Actually,
How many cars have you had?
No kidding.
Oh, bro.
I knew you.
I
wouldn't be
really
able
don't
to
know.
count.
It's
I knew
a,
it.
it's
I knew
like
it.
it's nearly higher than my sex number. It's like
4. He just got it.
3.5.
Is the half in the sex number or the car
Actually,
number?
I could sit
How do you
here
have a
and I
half a
would just
car?
like I would randomly remember cars in my life. If I had to do like a random guess, probably close to 20. Probably close to 20.
So it's like 3 times your sex number.
Yeah, the Jeep technically wasn't mine. It was a girlfriend's, but
Stolen.
yeah, that was so fire, bro. I wanted that so bad. In fact, after the Jeep went, I ended up getting a tracker.
A tractor?
A geo tracker.
A geo tracker.
Oh no!
No, bro.
Dang.
No. Do you know my vibe, my style? I
Oh.
wrapped this thing in a chameleon
A
blue.
vibe. You want to talk about
Bro,
a
it was
vibe.
all black,
A geo
had the
tracker
big
will
black-
kill any vibe.
Bro, I
going
will
on.
find that fucking picture, bro. This tracker was the tracker of trackers, man. But what had happened was,
Your sex number started to decline after you got
with
the tracker.
right?
That's what
That's
happened.
why it's
dude,
at. Yeah,
hurt,
right.
it hurt. It was hard to bounce back from. That it just had like random problems, man. I learned a lot about actually automotive from that vehicle.
Yeah,
but
because it's such a shitty mobile.
Yeah.
Man.
but it's the concept, man. It's like it's like
almost a good car.
it is.
That's the concept.
It's basically a Jeep, bro. Like I mean, at that
yeah,
Yeah,
point,
but it's not at all.
Nah. If it was like really basically a Jeep.
bam, bro. This thing.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It was a chameleon blue, and it had the
like
big.
that.
It was all blacked out. I hadn't finished it, man. I was gonna get like. I wanted to make it. I never made it to the summertime, because the starter went out in the wintertime, and it would be in the parking lot of Cooper's. You can ask a lot of the old school people, bro. This thing was there all the time, man.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
We gotta.
You can.
It was in the parking lot at work.
It was in the parking lot at work. You can ask anybody at work.
Dang,
It's been
man.
there for a minute. But so I fixed the starter, and got it all done, man. And it finally. And
But then it got stolen.
The transmission went out. The ultimate
Oof.
killer.
Well, see, but the only thing you didn't tell us about is why is your shifter knob a dildo?
Yeah, that's
That was
what
a little
you
bit
can't
weird.
see, you know,
You know I'm a sucker for clearance.
a sucker. A
I have
sucker.
onion powder deodorant in the bathroom if you want to check it out, because it was 50 cents off. Speaking of transmission, have you ever had a transmission go out?
Nope.
I've had it happen twice.
There's a curveball coming.
There's no curveball.
There's a
Oh,
curveball.
no.
No, there's a curveball coming. All right.
Have you?
It's not that long. It's
Have you?
only like a minute. Like, look at you sweating over here. There's not gonna be enough space for everybody.
no.
Everybody.
Oh, that's what he's
Freestyle.
talking about.
Sam planted this beat and wanted us to freestyle over at a random point in the podcast.
Planted
Here
it.
we go.
I was wondering what I was like, I know the curveball. I'm
This
still
day,
talking.
you have to start it.
All right, I gotta feel the beat out.
That's
coming.
the beat.
Okay. And this the beat. Big fish, small pie.
Big fish, big fish.
Big fish, small
Big fish, big fish.
Okay, I'm coming at you hardcore. I'm like a ninja ghost sword. I'm coming at the skull real hard. But this not the metal, son. It's the words, it's the alphabet, it's the A through Z. And what you know about me. And what I said before on the previous episode is that my name is Dick or Teddy Fresh JF. If you know the reference, then you can check my set. And you know who the best. And when it comes to the GPS, you know the satellite mark my spot real best. And it see me flashing on the wrist. And that's the baguettes. That the big fish small pod fit up on my wrist. I'm fitted with it.
Boom. There it is.
Wow.
See, you lucked out, Grimes. Nobody else even has to rap.
Wow. No, that was good.
That was good. That'll be it. You know?
I'm the only one that got, no, bring
Yeah.
it back. You just gotta bring it back. It's that easy.
No.
Curveball.
We could, I guess.
Hit ground with the beat.
And just like that, I mean, we're back.
Damn. Okay. All right. This was a little one-sided. All right. Transmissions.
Oh, we're hitting it with the beat again?
Oh, back with the beat, back with the beat. Grimes with the G, rhyme on the beat. Time for the freestyle. Hit 'em with the free throw. Can't miss it, whoa, hey. Ooh. It's a shack with the brick shack. Hit 'em with the brick house. Build a brick house. Miss 'em with the free throws. With the free throws. Ooh, I think he freeze out. At the free throw line, probably cause the ball fit like a tennis ball. Whoa.
What does that mean?
He's got big hands.
Hit ground with beat.
Hit Grimes with the beat. Hit Grimes with the beat. Spell Grimes with the G.
I'm the man with the plan. You the man with the bland. You and me got a problem. We talking you stand. Dripping in finesse. Lyrically stronger than a bulletproof vest. Stay. Okay.
That was probably your best.
I kind of came with the heat.
That was the heat, man.
Cheers.
Came with the heat. That be Grimes with the G, man.
Small pie, big fish, small pie.
Alright, we could.
We can cut out Grimes' part.
All right, yeah. We can cut my part out.
That was good. I know you're over there thinking it worked.
Should we keep it going or?
No. I cannot do better than that. That was.
You want something like
I don't know. That was like perfect.
I hit you with another car story. Shit.
No, bro, I'm not trying to hear another car story.
Hey.
You had 2. You had 7. I had 1 car
I
story.
had 26 cars.
No, I'm not trying to hear all.
Damn, you
All right.
counted down.
No,
You freestyle and counted.
All right, let's.
You're bad at both of those things.
Ooh. You know what we should do? Check that Today in History.
Yeah, today in history.
Ooh, so many things happened today in history. Actually, random fact. It's not random because I found it on the internet.
Wait, random fact that isn't found on the internet is Dake has only slept in the apartment that he paid for 7 nights in 3 months.
It's a heated livable storage space with a shower and a fridge.
In a kid's bed.
Thomas Jefferson was born today.
What?
On this day, April 13th, 1743, in Shadwell, Virginia.
That's nice.
Shadwell.
It turns out he died on Independence Day, 1826.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Is that a coincidence?
I don't know.
We should call him.
He died in Charlottesville, Virginia. So it tells me the dude never left the state.
That's not. I don't know if that's what that's telling
Not
me.
once. Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson.
Oh boy.
I heard.
Oh, please do it. I want you to introduce. Can you read?
What? Yeah, I can do it.
Can you do
and
it, please?
Also interject in there somewhere that Thomas
All right,
Jefferson
you want
was
to do
a
a Hank
pirate.
Aaron?
Yeah, let's do Hank Aaron.
Winnie
Okay,
the Pooh.
here comes the Winnie the Pooh impression.
Winnie the Pooh, everybody.
Bear with me.
Winnie the Pooh.
I'm gonna lose it.
Okay,
Just
okay.
mention a honey
so,
pot.
Yeah,
That's
so
all I
this
want.
is the Hank Aaron Winnie the Pooh voice. Hank Aaron, first Major League Baseball appearance. In 1994, Hank Aaron makes first appearance for the Milwaukee Braves with the number 5 on his uniform. Oh, bother. Piglet, back to you.
Shit. That was good.
What?
Thank you. I have not asked for that for a while. It's been a minute.
Wow. Winnie the Pooh should deliver news on every podcast.
Winnie the Pooh should do that.
Big fish, small pie, they're coming at you alive. Oh, bother.
It's on and popping. Wimbledon.
So yeah, let's give a shout out to our, let's give a little nod to our friends of the pod. They got some questions for us.
Ooh, nod to the friends of the pod.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that. Oh, I like that. Dan Novak.
I like Dan.
Dan
Dan's a good
Novak
dude.
wanted to ask us what we know about the insurance. What was it?
Wimbledon?
Yeah, it was Wimbledon insurance payout. So apparently, Wimbledon is set to cash in $141 million in insurance claims Dan, I don't know a whole lot about this, but it says here Wimbledon reportedly paid $2 million a year for pandemic insurance for the last 17 years. For this year's cancellation as a result of the coronavirus, Wimbledon reportedly received $141 million from the policy. I haven't even received my $1,200 stimulus check. So Wimbledon, what are you doing with that money?
So as in that they were supporting a fund from a long time ago.
Right. Pandemic insurance.
Just in case
something like this happened. And
so
they're
they
about
got
to
a
cash
huge
out
payout.
$141 million. Yeah.
Well, it's just like any other gamble, bro. It's legal gambling at that point.
Man.
I don't know much about Wimbledon.
Let's shout somebody else out here.
Shout out to Dan Novak.
Shout out Dan Novak.
That's my dude.
That is the man.
That's a giant heart right there.
Sorry I didn't touch much on Wimbledon, but
I don't know shit about Wimbledon.
he's the dude, man. Like, Dan is a quality man.
Dan
Dan's
should
a
be
good guy.
in Wimbledon.
Okay, we'll just have to 86.
Oh, shit, bro.
Our girl, Katie Salinas.
What was that shit that you saw about John Calipari, though?
What? Ooh.
What is it?
Okay. Should we shout out Katie real quick?
Yeah, we should definitely
Yeah,
shout out Katie,
okay.
but what is
Shout
that?
out Katie Salinas.
Shout out Katie. What's poppin', Katie?
Yeah, so she wants to know what our thoughts are on the Olympics. I'm assuming she wants to know kind of
About the delay, man.
about the delay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's only right. They're canceling everything else sports related, so why not cancel one of the bigger events in the world where they have the most spectators?
What's a delay? We wait 4 years anyways.
Well, but they'll delay it one more year. It's the summer.
Yeah,
summer
so
Olympics.
like what's
I
one
think
more
it
year?
makes obviously that one makes the most sense to me to delay because people
That's
are
gonna
coming
be
from
the
all
big
over
one.
the world, right? They're coming
Well,
from everywhere.
Yeah, coming back
They were
after
also
the
quick to
largest
do
weight. That's gonna be a big. That's gonna be
Yeah.
a Olympics to remember.
But
I almost feel like the
were
Olympics are getting forgotten about.
They were
anymore.
pretty quick. They were pretty quick to do it, which I think is nice, because they set a pretty good precedent for just sports in general. You know what I mean? Like, hey, like the Olympics. You're talking sports. The Olympics is the top of the top. You know. So if they're scheduled to do something and they were like, hey, hold up, we're not going to do this. I think it was pretty quick around the time that the NBA and then everything else was just like, okay, shoot, Olympics isn't doing it.
You can't have spectators. You can't make money. You can't make money. You cannot support. what
LeBron
you're
doesn't
doing.
want to play in the NBA. He's like, I do not want to do this without spectators, and
It would be weird, bro. It would just be
Yeah,
weird.
rightfully so, man. I mean,
I also
were-
think it's really odd that the night that the NBA got shut down is the night that the first game that was scheduled without spectators was going to take place but did not. The Warriors were scheduled that night to play a game at home without any spectators, like without anybody in the arena,
Don't
and
you
it
think
never
that would
took
affect
place.
gameplay?
yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of because the players started testing positive and they didn't really want to spread it to the other teams and stuff. Because I mean, Rudy Gobert of the Jazz tested positive, and then later on Donovan Mitchell, and then several other players around the league started testing positive. So they kind of didn't want the teams to start catching this virus. I mean, that's smart, but
I mean, I hate to be a skeptic, but I do want to point out that like he went out of his way making a big point about the coronavirus touching all those speakers and blah 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 blah. But it doesn't it kind of seem odd that there was a lot of drama surrounding this particular Warriors game that never actually ended up taking place.
Has any game actually gone on without spectators? I think that
Yeah,
Not in
so-
the NBA.
yeah,
Sorry.
not in the NBA.
Soccer
they had
Soccer?
I think like
that takes away from like a lot of drive. I feel comes from that spirit.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially
being
in
a,
soccer,
Yeah,
right?
being a Liverpool fan, I mean, Anfield, that's where you go. Basically, visiting teams go to die. I mean, the fans there are unreal. It's the loudest environment in all of soccer, and the fans just completely contribute to the game. Now, with that being said, when they're playing in the Champions League games, I watched a couple of games where they didn't have spectators, and you could hear the players like sneeze if you wanted to. I mean,
Oof.
it was bad, man. I mean, there was not a single sound.
Don't
also-
social distance on the field, you know. Shit.
Yeah,
that
so
affects
sets a bad
things
precedent for
because
the-
you pick up on the crowd, right? And you're driven by their emotions, right? So there's no emotions, or even a silence
Definitely.
is an emotion in itself. It's just like
I mean,
damn,
imagine college basketball. college basketball, when you're talking tournament time, when you're seeing big upsets and things, one thing that I look for in tournament time is how close are these teams, especially early on in the bracket when they're playing in places, all over the country. I'm looking how close are they to their home base? How close are their fans? Can their fans commute easily?
Exactly.
Because their fans are going to make a difference in the game. That's something I take into account when it comes to betting or just sports in general.
Yeah.
Fans is in basketball. You've got 5 guys on the court. Your fans are the 6th person that's on the court. Same thing with hockey and football. The fans are your 12th person. You know what I mean?
So if you take that away, you take that away from both sides. Which is pretty even at that point.
Yeah, right.
How does it affect the game?
Does it make it more fair?
I believe so.
Makes it more neutral. It just kind of leaves it up to the
But
performance of
that's
the players.
not how basketball was designed. Basketball was designed with the crowd in mind.
Yeah, right. It's an
actually a
entertainment
different game.
Platform.
It's a different game. Because games aren't meant to play silent unless it's like fucking racquetball or some shit.
In the league, I can speak in terms of the NBA. The NBA makes a lot of decisions based upon the fans and what they think the fans deserve, fan value. You know what I mean? I think a lot of leagues look at the fan value. Are people going to want to watch our league? Are people going to want to buy tickets to come and see our league? What appeal do we have? It's not just easy to be, have clout.
There's no other way to make money.
NBA, you know what I mean? Or be the any league with any weight anywhere in any sport.
But getting back with the Olympics, so I feel like that would.
I'm glad they postponed.
Yeah. I'm glad they did too.
I totally am. I don't want it to be a particularly. I think if they would have resumed on time, there would have been a lot of countries that would have said, "Hey, we're not going to participate in the Olympics," and that would have turned into a really dramatic event.
Does this push the Winter Olympics back?
No, probably not. It's still 4 years.
Yeah.
But it won't be
years.
4 years.
It'll still be in 2 years from now.
So it will push it back.
Probably not. We'll probably just have the Summer Olympics and then the Winter Olympics,
and then just a short gap.
So that everything,
sinks back up.
It seems like everybody wants everything to go back to normal, though.
Shout out, Katie.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out, Katie.
Salinas.
Good question.
Thanks for the question, Katie.
Sports and the Olympics.
That's my chick.
So this just in from ESPN. I just want to note real quick. Thank you for that. I needed that.
Had to.
So John Calipari and Mark Cuban have discussed.
Cuban, baby.
Yeah, so they've discussed the possibility of Kentucky and Indiana renewing college hoops rivalry. So for those of you who don't know, years ago, it was known as the Watford buzzer beater. Watford for the win.
I don't
with
know what
about
that is.
2 seconds left.
Oh,
about 2 seconds left.
Let's teach Dake the Watford.
Kentucky was number 1 ranked in college basketball. They're playing at Assembly Hall, which is IU's home court. IU was unranked. So we went into this game expecting to lose, huge underdogs, right? So game's close the whole time. With about 2 seconds I think it was 6 seconds remaining. We take the ball down the court. About 2 seconds left. Ball gets kicked back to Christian Watford for a 3 to win the game. Buzzer beater, wins the game with a 3. Crowd storms the court.
Wow.
It was unbelievable.
It was amazing.
As our friend, what's his name?
Dickie V.
Yeah, as our friend Dickie V says, unbelievable, baby!
He was announcing that game. He was announcing that game. He really was.
He was getting drowned in fans. But yeah, so
why were they unranked? Because they weren't good enough to get ranked?
We weren't good enough to get ranked in the top 25.
Weren't recognized.
If you're outside of the 25, you get no ranking.
Yeah, so I think the score was like 73 to 72 or something like that.
But that game was amazing. We have to talk about some of the players that were in that game. So on the Kentucky roster that year, NBA stars that came off that team: Michael Kidd Gilchrist, Marquise Teague, Terrence Jones, Anthony Davis, Deron Lamb. Indiana had Oladipo.
Oh man, I forgot Jeff Howard. Shout out Jeff Howard from Westfield, Indiana. Westfield High School.
What's poppin'? Shoot, Marquise Teague. Shout out Indianapolis Naptown Hooper, Marquise Teague.
That wasn't Jeff Teague?
Wasn't Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague played at Wake Forest.
Oh, okay.
And Jeff Teague is older. Jeff Teague is already in the NBA, about round 9.
Yogi Ferrell.
Yogi, that's what's popping out of Park Tudor.
Yeah, he came from Indianapolis.
Who's he playing for now?
He had clout. He's playing for the Kings.
Yeah, Kings. Started with the Mavericks. I
Oh
believe.
man, he had such a cool run with the Mavs. The Mavs gave him a 10-day contract. And Yogi scored like 90 points
In the playoffs.
in the playoffs. He scored like 90 points in 10 days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. But,
That's only 9 points a game, though.
Nah, you don't
No,
play
but-
10 day. You don't play 10 games in 10 days. You play 3 games or 2 games in 10 days.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
it
he
was
had like
10 days,
He had like
not
a couple
10
of
games.
25
A
point
10
games.
day contract. Yeah. I think he played 3 games.
But yeah, anyways, getting back to it, IU and Kentucky are thinking about getting back together because IU and Kentucky, they couldn't find a neutral ground, I guess. John Calipari was a little bit scared, if you will, to come back into Assembly Hall, and we didn't want to go over to Kentucky, so it was kind of a hiatus, if you will, of playing basketball with Kentucky, but they are now discussing bringing it back into the mix, which would be great for the game. Good for the brand, as our good friend Pat McAfee says.
Okay. Well, today on Big Fish, Small Pond, we had a lot of fun. We just kind of had a random day. We just kind of did what we wanted to do. Feel that a little bit. We talked about Lysol. We talked about
Some car stories.
car stories.
Yeah, it was a good day, man. But
We definitely got to talk about some basketball.
yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We will hopefully see you guys again next week. You go ahead and hit them with the outro.
All right, hey, yo.
Okay.
Let's get out of here, y'all.
Let's get out of here.
It's been a good little session with everybody listening. Big Fish, Small Pod, episode 4.
Let's
We came.
float up to the surface. Yeah.
About to get up out of this water for a moment. Left it nice and warm for y'all.
Catch a little air.
We'll catch
us
y'all.
on the air
We'll
next
catch
week.
y'all next week. Back in
Gotcha.
the water.